So let's get real for a second. Whether you're a company of just 5 or 500, running a business is no mean feat. And whilst you work hard to ensure a profitable future, you also have to adequately protect yourself against risk and those dreaded unforeseen circumstances. And one way to protect yourself is with business insurance. And here to guide us through finding exactly the right fit when it comes to insurance is Louis Muzangwa from Standard Insurance Limited. Louis, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Graham.
So good to connect with you over something that I think is hugely important. We love to promote businesses, especially entrepreneurship, but the risks involved can be devastating in some cases. I think especially when it comes to small, or in fact all businesses. Let's not limit ourselves there. Yet business insurance is something that I can certainly speak from experience that we don't know a huge amount about. So if you can maybe dumb it down for us, what exactly is business insurance and what does it cover?
So there are different risks that are associated with the business that you do. So in your operations, you want to avoid situations where you find yourself in a situation where you cannot recover. So you then be able to be covered and say, listen, I've lost something. How do I recover? My insurance comes in and kicks in so that you don't have that loss that affects you.
What kinds of business insurance? Maybe you can expand on that. What is available to business owners?
So every businesses are different. You could have businesses that look similar in terms of, let's say you're manufacturing sweets or the production of sweets, but the size, the location, all those things are different. So your broker or insurer can actually give you the best advice to say, listen, this is what you need, this is what you're exposed to, this is what is likely to happen. So, but there's basic stuff. Theft can happen to any big or small businesses. Then there's fire. It's indiscriminate, doesn't choose whatever business. Then there's some covers like business interruption cover. This is where if your business is suspended for like 3 months, you can't do anything because the roof has been blown over, you might lose income in that period. You can have those covers as well. So your broker will give you the best advice in that instance.
What are the basics? As a business owner, if I'm starting a company or even just reassessing my cover, what should I have locked down, do you think?
Okay. The first thing that you need to do is you need to know, like I explained earlier on, there are basics, basic cover, things like fire. That's the first thing that you must have. Theft, we all understand the environment that we are in this country. Third thing is also based on what you want as an individual as well. Not all risks are going to be covered. Some of it you need to absorb it as an individual, or your insurer will tell you what's acceptable to them as well in terms of how they plan out and write premiums for you.
As you manage your risk.
Yes, yeah. So in those instances, your broker will then be able to sit down with you. In some instances, they do site visits, actually, because sometimes the information that you give might not necessarily reflect what's exactly happening on the site. So when you give your more information and there's inspection of the site, they can actually tell you that this specific business that you want, you require this type. Yes. And lastly, in terms of the cover that you enjoy, there's something called public liability. When you do business, there are instances where you could cause harm to be it people that come to your premises, or people can suffer injuries on your property, or you could damage, in the course of business, you could also damage other people's property. So you need that because you always stand the risk of legal action or lawsuits that could be taken against your company. So you want to make sure that you've got that cover, because this, you know how those can amount to millions, depending on the kind of damage that has been caused to other parties. So public liability is very, very important because it puts you in a position where you can still continue and still have the legal process or the litigation process continuing on the side.
In your experience, because you've obviously been in the game for a while, what are some of the repercussions when you aren't adequately covered?
Okay, and the unfortunate or worst case scenario is that you find yourself having lost almost everything you've worked for, everything you've saved up for. People, I can tell you, their entire life savings has been invested in a business. And that business, through a fire or through a storm, is lost from the property that you've owned, everything. So worst case scenario, is not having anything left after what we call an insured event. In other words, after a storm or a fire. In those instances, you still enjoy cover, but you might not get paid out the full amount of the total loss that you suffered. They apply a formula that is called average to try and at least meet you halfway, because you would have been inadequately covered. So that's what would probably happen in those instances. And that's a sad story. And this is what's happening in most instances.
I think we're seeing it more and more happen in the context of South Africa. It is a very tough climate to operate in, but there are ways that you can cover yourself. So make it easier to protect what matters most to you. And any business owner will know how deep that emotional attachment to the business is, apart from anything else. Secure your business with the right kind of insurance and educate yourself. So to get a quote that matches your unique needs, you can SMS the word business to 31492, plus a little added incentive there. Maybe you can throw it in as some staff incentive when you SMS in and get that quote. You must get the quote, I reiterate. You stand a chance of winning a state-of-the-art Samsung Galaxy S10. Nice. But remember, all the terms and conditions do apply. Louis, thank you. Hugely informative.
Get an insurance quote and stand a chance to win one of 6 Samsung S10 smartphones. Simply SMS the keyword business to 31492 for a call back and quote, and you could be a winner.
And on that note, we have our second very lucky winner. Ladies and gents, congratulations to Pauline Stevens from Cape Town. Yeah, Pauline, who has won herself a brand new state-of-the-art Samsung S10 smartphone courtesy of Standard Bank. This is so exciting, and we hope you're going to love your new phone. But remember, we still do have 4 Samsung S10 smartphones up for grabs, and all you have to do is SMS business to 31493. That's business to 31493 for a call back and quote. And when you get that quote, you are automatically in the running to win. Remember, the T's and C's, they do apply, and you can find them on standardbank.co.za. Good luck.